Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rachel Official, and if you're new here, you're very much welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like and hit the post notification button so that you can get notified whenever I post a new video. So guys, I'm just gonna be talking about something real quick, right? What I'm going to be talking about is from my personal experience, from what I've learned, and it says how to get things done. If you really want to know how to get results, how to get things done, how to make sure that you're accomplishing things in your life, kindly stay tuned to this video. Welcome back. I'm just going to be showing you real quick because sometimes we're living our lives without actually getting things done, or sometimes you just have a lot of things planned and you just find out that you're not actually achieving those things. Guys, you know the sense of fulfillment that comes from doing what you set out to do or accomplishing what you set out to do. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of fulfillment that comes with that. Sometimes I understand that it might be difficult due to busy schedule, or you just keep saying there is no time, there is no time, there is no time, which is true. But guys, we can control our time, and time is life. Time is what you need to get things done, isn't it? And we always seem to have genuine excuses for not doing those things. And they're valid. Nobody is saying that they're not valid. I see people that have gone ahead of me. I see people that are making it in this life, that are crazy busy, but they're getting things done. How are they doing it? So first things that I've learned, that I've started to put into practice myself, is do it. Number one, do it. Just do it. Do not postpone it. Don't think too much about it. Just do it. Guys, everything I'm saying is things that I'm doing myself, that I'm practicing myself. I'm not yet where I need to be, but I'm getting there. So personally, I've discovered that I tend to plan a lot, which is good. I always like to know the risk, know everything, know the outcome, have everything ready before I set out to do something. But then I now discover that this is becoming an hindrance to actually getting it done. I plan so much that I don't end up doing what I'm supposed to do because I feel like, okay, I've not dotted every T's, I've not dotted every I's, I've not crossed all my T's. I discovered that I keep on doing this till I do not get it done. I'm waiting for everything to come together. So guys, sometimes when you do this too much, it can actually put a damp on getting things done. So sometimes you've planned a little, just go ahead and do it. And sometimes when you go ahead and do it, then it starts to make a lot of sense. So I'm using my phone to record in case it appears I'm looking at two places. Okay guys, the second thing that you should try to do to get things done, to actually get things done, is time boxing. Guys, this has saved my life. There's some things that I've done in my life that was possible just because of this thing. It's called time boxing. Time boxing. Now, the first time I heard about time boxing was from my boss, Ajibola Bamidele. He taught me so much about this. I'm putting it into practice. I see that it actually works and just helps you, achieve results and get things done. Time boxing is when you set a time apart in 24 hours in your day. You just set out a time. It could be 1 hour, it could be 2 hours, but you set out the time to achieve a particular thing. Okay, let's say you are trying to develop a software, right? But then you're busy and you know that in 24 hours, the only time you can dedicate to it is 2 hours. But then it's not just any 2 hours. It's 2 hours in the morning. You know that from 10 till 12, from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m., you're going to be free. And then time boxing that on your calendar and saying, okay, between 10 a.m. till 12, I'm going to be doing this. A lot of people do this, right? They say, oh, between this time and this time, I'm going to do this. Now, the difference is time boxing and not allowing any other thing to take that time. Guys, it takes a lot of discipline to time box. So when you time box and you say, these 2 hours, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., that's when I'm going to be doing this. That's definitely what you're going to be doing consistently to achieve that result. Now, you're not going to be pressing your phone during that time. No. That's the only thing you're going to be doing that time. So sometime last year, I was in school, I was working at the same time, and exams were coming. It was looking like an impossibility. Like, how am I going to do this? I have work, I have school. What am I going to do? So I started reading like 2 weeks before the exam, and I said to myself, okay, you know what? you're going to do this overnight. So I borrow, just read overnight. And then I came to work and my eyes were looking so red. And my boss was like, Rachel, what's going on? Why is your eyes so red? I said, I have exam. And I was wondering, what's the big deal? In my mind, I'm like, I'm telling this man that I have exam and he's just doing as if there's no big deal. And then he said, Rachel, when you close from work, just time box, okay? Between 6 to 8 or between 6 to 9, just focus on your books alone. You're not thinking about anything else. You're not worrying about anything else. You're not going to be answering any phone call. You're not going to be looking at social media. You're just going to be focused on that. In my mind, I'm like, I read overnight, duh. I mean, what's this man saying? Is it better than me reading overnight? But then I decided to put it into practice. I stayed back at work, and between 6 and 8, I didn't do any other thing. It was the first night I knew that something was happening, because what I covered, now this time, don't forget, it was different because I was not chewing anything. I was not pressing my phone. I was just focused on my materials and just, trying to read, right? I was surprised at the amount of materials that I actually covered. So it gave me a bit of confidence. I'm like, okay, this seemed to be working. And I slept overnight, came to work well rested. The following day, it continued. Guys, by the end of that week, I was almost done with all my materials. So I'm like, what was I actually doing overnight? When I thought back to actually look at it, I would press phone. My mind was just all over the place. I had a very, very good result. I'm not going to tell you what I had, but I had a good result. So this was what brought me to Timebox. And I've written some exams after that time that it was not too much of a stress for me anymore, because I already knew how to Timebox. I knew that I became invincible, that if I want to get something done, I will get it done as long as I Timebox. So I'm going to advise anybody to Timebox, and just know that nothing is going to eat into that time. No, in fact, you're going to be so disciplined about it that even if your husband, your wife, anything happens, you're not going to answer anybody. Everybody around you knows that, okay, between this time and this time, you are not available. Guys, it works like magic. Trust me. And consistency is the key. It's not like you do it today and then you don't do it tomorrow. No. If you want to get things done, Timebox somebody. Another thing that usually helps me get things done is I usually ask myself this question, right? And I want you to ask yourself as well. Now, how much am I going to regret this if I don't do it now? If you don't do it now, what are the consequences? Ask yourself that question. If I don't do it now, what do I stand to lose? So it helps you put things in perspective. Sometimes the time to do it is now. If you don't do that thing now, you're going to regret it much more later. You can just ask yourself, if I don't do this now, what's going to happen? Sometimes it helps with food. That's just a scenario. In the house where you have quite a number of people, you know that you're hungry, one. Number two, you know that even if you're not hungry, you know that if I don't stand up now, that food will finish. So when you calculate the cost and consequences, you know that if you don't stand up to go and eat or to go and take your food in the kitchen, you're going to have to prepare another one by yourself. So you want to really look at the consequences of not doing something when you're supposed to do it. It helps you to actually get things done and to complete that task. Number 4, have an accountability partner. Guys, this cannot be overemphasized. Majority of the time, you cannot work alone. You cannot do everything alone. You need somebody by your side. So, of course, you need to surround yourself with the right people. So when I say have an accountability partner, if you go and have an accountability partner that is life safe, he does not know where he's going to, or you're in for it too. So have an accountability partner, somebody that is going to where you're going to, or somebody that wants the best for you, somebody that wants you to succeed. Right, so it really helps. So I know several times my husband really helps me to do a lot of things. He's going to be there telling me, reminding me, oh, babe, you've not done this, babe. It just helps me remember. So guys, have an accountability partner. Somebody that you've told, okay, I want to get this done, and this is the time I've scheduled for it, and all of these things. I've calculated my cost. I'm doing this. But then, you have somebody that when that time that you've said you want to get that thing done, that's when the person will say, hey, have fun now, let's go and watch this match, run. So guys, have an accountability partner, somebody that their life is also worthy of emulation, somebody that you know that is hardworking and is serious about their lives, that takes things seriously, that takes you seriously as well. Number 5, prioritize. Guys, this is so important. Have you seen sometimes where you're working hard? You're doing everything. You're working from morning till night, and yet you just got that some important things are still lagging behind. You see some people in the office, they are working, they are working hard. And then the employer is like, what are you doing? What have you been doing since morning? And then the employee is getting angry that, look at me, I've been trying all my best. I've been working since morning. Ask anybody. They will tell you I've been working. I've not even eaten and all of that. But the problem is, the things that are most important, you've not done them. Or the things that are most important, you're doing them last. You see where the problem is? So that's why it's important for you to prioritize the most important task, or the most urgent to the least urgent task. Am I communicating? Guys, don't mind me. Okay, I'm back to being serious. So it's very, very important for you to prioritize, because if you do not prioritize, you end up doing things that you can even delegate or do when you're less busy than attending to the most urgent task. Number 5, rest. I cannot even overemphasize this. If you don't sleep well overnight, during the day you're so tired, you can't actually get things done. If you don't sleep well, you could get sick, because some people, they just like walking. They feel like their body is firewood. They just continue walking. It's very dangerous. You need to rest. Take good care of yourself, because if there's anything happen, they will not wait for you. They will continue doing the work. So you actually want to rest. Do a lot of self-care. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health, so that you can achieve things in the future, so that you can actually get things done. Okay, that's very important as well. And the last but not the least, guys, pray against every spirit of laziness. This is very important, guys. Pray against every spirit of laziness and backwardness in your life. Because to everything, there's a spiritual aspect. You know? So everything is spiritual aspect. You want to really pray. You want to pray about your life. Pray. And you know what? The race is not to the swift. It's to the person that God has shown mercy. So amidst everything that we're trying to do in this life, you're putting all the work. Pray. Guys, we've come to the end of this video. I really hope that you learned something. And subscribe to my channel, please. What do I need to say for you to do that? Subscribe to my channel. Like this video, share this video, comment, and I love you guys. See you in my next video. Mwah.